Hey y'all, okay, I'm going to try to make a video to show y'all how to pinstripe the sides if that's something you choose to do. Now, I've already done mine, but I'm going to undo it because it's been about a month and a half. And because I wasn't too careful when I was putting on my case, I kind of mucked it up a little bit, not thinking, oh, I better be careful with the pinstriping. So because it only takes about 10 minutes or so to do it over, I'm going to do it over. Now what I do is I'm just going to peel it off. Did I say just? Easiest part is to start here because that's probably where I started. And then you can see you just peel. I'm going to stop the video while I peel. That way the video won't be too long. How do you pause this thing? I don't know if I have a pause button. Alright, never mind on that then. Sorry. Okay, we'll just go quick. Yeah, it looks so fat. I mean, it's not a fat phone, but it really looks fat with the bezel on. And I'm sorry that this has taken me so long. I thought it would peel right off. But we gotta bear with it because I don't want to go too fast because that's when you muck things up. So just bear with me. If you really care about having this on yours, then you will hang in there. Okay. So as I mentioned, first thing you're gonna need is I said 5/8 on my video, but it's 5/16. Okay. Pinstriping white. Little pin cushion is always a good thing because you're going to use the needle to open up the mic holes and you don't want to lose that needle. I've got an X-Acto knife because I need the pointer to do some of the more intricate cuts. And then a regular straight edge, and that's just going to cut off the starts and the stops. Okay, let me shut my phone. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing you do is take out your pinstriping, and I would say to get a piece that goes around it, maybe, and then a little bit extra, so maybe like that much. I guess a scissor couldn't hurt to have handy. Okay, then if you got the kind I have, which is the 5/16, and then this is another kind. I use pinstriping all day long, so I bought this because it was cheaper. And then I'm going to go ahead and save the thin, which I'm not going to use right now, but I use it like on my tablet and such. So let's just hold on to that. Has a protective glass covering, so plastic. So this will stay good until I need to use it. Okay, so then you're going to peel off the plastic, which is, you just got to play with it until it comes. Now the whole thing peeled off. I'm not sure if you're seeing this, but you want just the white. Or what you could do, I guess, doesn't matter. You probably, because mine is mucked up, and probably you want the best sticky you can get. So probably a good idea is to go around the bezel and try and get a clean surface so that mine's a little mucked up already, so that you get the best sticky. Okay, I love this phone so much. I cannot say enough good things about it, except it's got fat bezel. Anyway, let's show you real quick. Everyone probably knows, but there it is before. I probably should have taken a good before shot of it, and I didn't, but maybe we'll just freeze frame and get one. So there you go with the before. And as you see on my back, what I've gone ahead and done was just to give it a little flare and a little better grip is I put contact paper on there because the white was boring, and then I just put the old infused skin. I put 2 strips, and that way when I hold it, it's got some hole punches in it. Pretty cool. But anyway, let's stick with the topic at hand here. All right, so as I mentioned, once you start it, see, I already got fuzzies on it. once you start it, I'm going to start a new piece because I was busy jacking around and I got fuzzies all over it. I don't want them to be fuzzies. And what I'm going to do, because I don't trust putting it on first, I've never done that way. So I'm going to separate the plastic, which is easier said than done. And I'm not going to do it all the way around. I'm just going to get it started. Okay, so there it is, and it's starting. So then I take this, and I start at the volume button, which is right in the middle, right like that. Whoop. You just place it right directly in the center, okay? So now I got a good grip on it. I'm just going to start peeling. And I'm going to make sure it doesn't twist. I don't know if I'm in camera range. But there you go. You just kind of say, okay, that looks straight. Once you get it a little bit of the way, you go like that. And you're like, okay, that looks straight. And you just press as you go and you smooth out the corners. Okay? And you're like, okay, I'm going to continue with this little, I'm going to peel, oops. I guess it helps if I do this in camera range, huh? I keep going high, I don't know why. Okay, so we're going to peel that off. Alright, so then as you go, you just kind of say, okay, well that looks kind of straight. Go with the corners. Okay, and then you move your thumb and you kind of go, alright, you getting that? That looks straight. And you just kind of smooth as you go. I would have a good surface here just in case it gets a little slippery. And then you're like, okay, that looks good. So again, smooth as you go. And then, right like that. Okay. And then you're going to come around. Now you're going to go over the volume button because you're going to cut on the side, which I left a little piece. See this little piece? We want that because it really looks nice. You'd be surprised, a little accent like that. But if you just stop at the top of the button, it doesn't look as like it's really a part of it. So I'm going to go right there. Now I'm going to press over here because I want to get a little, there's a little bit of a depth. So I want that depth. So I'm going to lift this, okay, and make sure that it gets in there like that. Okay, so once you do that, you see, okay, it's in there. And then you just match it up to the other side and put your fingernail there so you get the depth over there too. Okay, once you do that, you're going to cut it. And the way you do that is you just, don't even slice. You just like, put the thing there, and then it makes its own cut almost, and then you take your thumbnail and you're like, okay, let me make an indent. And once you do that, okay, I guess we could use the X-Acto knife. I've never used this before, so I saw it in the store and I said, oh, this will probably be better than a straight edge. And let's see if I'm right. I'm going to make that cut again. Make sure you have a cut. Yeah, you can practically hear it catch. And there it is. So it caught. And it didn't catch on the other side. So just take that. Hold it there. Not yet. Where is it? And just hold it there. And you really don't have to cut. If you press a little, normally, there we go. Not yet, sorry. See how it just moved? That's because, there we go. So now, if you see what I've done, it indent, you know, I've got this much pinstriping, whereas if you could cut it there, it wouldn't look as nice. So there, it's in. So now we got to get rid of the excess because we don't need all that. So for grins, we'll just cut it, and then we'll make sure that we place it, align it. So you don't even need that much, but if you want to double it right to there, and then you press hard. And you can see a little bit of a line, but it's even on both sides, and believe you me, nobody's going to notice that. Okay, and so it's done. Now the tricky part, which we're going to do also, I hope I'm still recording, is long, 10 minutes, but so far I said under 15. So now you're just going to press all the way around because you want to make sure it's on there, okay? And then that's where your X-Acto knife is going to come in. And this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do on camera because I need to hold it closer to me. But I'm going to see if I can just, that's the microphone hole. And should be able to just, you want to be careful because you don't want the plastic to go in. You don't want that. So I would make it outward and hold your thumb there or something. And then you just want to make your final little, if you trace it and your knife is sharp, it's going to come right off. Okay, did you see that? Just really carefully, and it, you know, it's almost a perfect hole. You put your thing in a couple of times and it's going to be fine. Now I can go a little bit more on the inside of the hole. If you see what I'm doing here. And that's got a little bit more of it. And now it is what I would call perfect. Okay, so now it's perfect, you see? And you do the same with the charging port. You want to just go ever so slightly. You don't want to go in the charging port. You don't want to be sticking any electronics in there. But if you just right on the outside and then kind of, you know, just get underneath there. There you go. And there you got a perfect charging port hole. Now there's a microphone hole right there. I guess I missed it, so I'm not covering it, so I'm not going to need to hit it with the metal. On this side there is a microphone hole. Not really sure where it is, so I'll have to investigate that. I'm not sure if it's over here or over there. I'm going to investigate it online. And then once I find the hole, I just ever so slightly go in a little bit. I don't even know if you need it. It might be able to go through the tape, just to be on the safe side. I'm going to poke it. So that's what that's for. So there you have it. I'm going to end this video just because, and with the power button, the same thing. I don't want it to end on me because power button, same thing. Where's power button? Power button, you're going to press with your nail and you're going to make that indent. See that line I just made? And then you're just going to slightly trace it. And if you're just very careful, I'm not going to do it now because I can't really see, but you get the point. And what I would do is I would trace it, okay? Watch. I'm going to take this one because this is not as dangerous. I'm going to make two slits. One on this side, wherever it falls in. I'm going to let it go by itself. I'm not going to force it. So I made a cut there. And then I'm going to take my nail and go like that and go, okay, you need to be there. Now I don't even think we need to make a cut there. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a cut on the side. And again, I'm not really cutting. I just press it, and wherever it finds the indent, if your blade is sharp enough, it's going to, let's see if that works. I use the sharper one because my razor is a little unsharp. See how it just went right in? And that's what I want. And then I pick at it like that. And it comes off. Because I made the indent and the slice before. Again, I pressed it down instead of up. There we go. So now, okay, I didn't get a good one, but you could see it's starting to come. So we're going to make the indent again. And then cut around and lift it up. It's coming along, see? And then I just got to trim that little part over there. There we go. There you go. That's going to drive me crazy. There we go. And just try to make sure you pick all the little white pieces out, and you should be fine. So it's all done. Looks amazing. Cuts down on that fat, bezel, and fully functional. So I hope this helped anybody that's wanting to do that to theirs. Whoops, let me just push that in. Might have to trim the power button a little bit. But there you go. Okay, bye y'all. Hey y'all, I'm back real quick. I wanted to, two things. I left off the part about cutting around the stylus, and very important, you want to cut that, because if you forget to do it and you're out and about and you go to get your pen out, you're going to rip off all the pinstriping. So very important to do that. And the way you do that is you just take your thumbnail and you just go and make an indent around the stylus. I don't know if you can see, it's now got an indent. And this is probably the simplest one. And then you just take your pointy knife. And by the way, be very careful when you're using this. I mean, if you go very slow and you're not talking to anybody, it should, let's see, there it is, come right off, okay? Then you're going to peel the rest off of the thing, like that, and you're good to go. So, see the beautiful cut? So make sure that you don't forget to do the stylus. And the other thing, I just said at the start of the video, but very important, you want to be very careful when you're using an item like this, because it is so sharp. And as long as you just, nobody's in the room and you're concentrating, you only pick it up when you make a couple of cuts, and you hold it away from you, because this is a piece of metal, you know, that you're working on, and you could slip. As long as that, you should be fine. And if not, I will not be held responsible. But I sure hope nothing happens. It's really a nice mod, and it's very worth it. Just be careful and enjoy. Thanks. Bye, y'all.